Well, folks, gather around the digital campfire because it's story time. And today's tale is about Bitcoin, the unbothered, undefeated, and slightly smug crypto king that refuses to die. Again. Tariffs, please. The US dropped a 145% financial elbow on China. The market flinched, investors panicked, and Bitcoin, it took a sip of its decentralized coffee and said, "Is that all you got?" While everything else acted like the world was ending, Bitcoin just kept vibing like it was on the beach in El Salvador. Today, I'm going to be showing you exactly why I personally hold Bitcoin in my reserve. Why I think Bitcoin is such a good coin to hold, and that if you have the right strategy, it can actually make you very significant gains. So let's dive right in. This right here is a chart of Bitcoin. It is a chart from last year. You can see this is February to November. So it's a little bit dated, but I have a point for showing you this. You can see here that it started really around $50,000 and then it ended up at closing at $67,000. Now, did it go up higher than that? Yes, it went all the way up to $72,000. Did it go lower than that? Yes, it took a dip all the way down to $52,000. Now, what's the point I bring up here? The point is that Bitcoin ends up going up. It usually ends higher than it started. Now, it does have dips along the way, but year over year, Bitcoin has ended the year higher than when it started the year. But the chart doesn't always look like this. If you're familiar with what's been going on with Bitcoin, then you know that the chart looks like this. This is this year's chart. We actually started right here. So we started here in January, but I want to go all the way back to November. The reason why I want to go back to November is so that you can kind of see what is going on. So November, we actually dipped all the way down to $67,000 before shooting up to $106,000 and then dipping down again, and same process, rinse and repeat. The 2025 year actually starts right here. You can see this is January right here, and end of December, beginning of January. So Bitcoin has been doing more this year than last year. Last year was in a pretty steady range, meaning that it was going more sideways than drastically up or drastically down. But this year, you can see we've dipped all the way down to 76,000 and are currently sitting at $98,000. We actually hit a high this year of $108,000 back in February. So Bitcoin does not give you those 1,000% gains overnight like some meme coins do, or even some other coins, some smaller cap coins that you're seeing people post about, seeing people say, "Oh, buy this, buy this, buy this. Look at how much it went up." But what Bitcoin does do is go up. Over time, Bitcoin goes up. Even if it's not very significant like last year, it went up, but not as much as it has this year. The point being, though, is the chart from last year and the chart from this year is not even over. We're not even halfway done with the year, and look at how crazy the chart from this year is looking, whereas last year looked pretty normal. The point is, though, we don't know what Bitcoin is going to do. We really don't know what Bitcoin is going to do because Bitcoin is a very new asset. I say very new. It is not very new, but the adoption of Bitcoin is quite new. Bitcoin is becoming larger and larger in application, in the amount of people using, buying it, in the amount of countries using and buying it, companies using and buying it. Point being is that the charts are going crazy with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's only going up 1 to 2% may actually be changing, and if you are getting in now, then you will see the gains with Bitcoin. But not just that, Bitcoin Although it doesn't go up super high, it doesn't go down super low either. You never have to worry about Bitcoin going under. Ethereum, on the other hand, or even Solana, look at Ethereum. I'm not saying Ethereum is dead. Don't get me wrong. There is still chance for Ethereum. But that chart looks pretty sorry. It does not look like a very promising chart. Same as Solana. Solana, it is starting to rebuild itself, but again, those are not the dips we want to see. Whereas with Bitcoin, you can see here, it stays pretty steady with a range and allows many buying opportunities before going up. All that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.